Well guys, when I'm round and about in the shops up and down the country, I get asked so many questions regarding our poles as to what's the current range, what I have an old pole, I have a pole from years and years and years ago, do the sections interfit, does this fit that, does that fit that and whatever. So today I'm going to talk you exactly through our current pole range, and if you're in the market for an upgrade or looking at upgrading or thinking about upgrading to one of our new models and you're a little bit worried whether your sections interfit, I'm hopefully going to try and put a few of them myths to bed today so you can go around your local Maver dealer with every bit of confidence, knowing your kits are going to fit, and talk you through these new poles. Right, so right at the very start of our range, we have the Definition XR. That is our starting pole in this entire range, which we've got at. Brilliant pole, comes in two lengths, 13 and 14.5 meters, which you can buy both lengths, whichever suits your need, whether it be 13, 14.5. A lot of people now like to fish top 2 and 2. Some of you senior anglers out there that don't want to fish 14.5 meters, you can buy that pole at 13 meters and that'll suit your every need. And before I go any further up the range, what I will say, from the Definition, the R1, the R2, the R3 and the R4, every single one of those poles is completely interchangeable within itself. So the top kits from that will fit that and vice versa, all through the entire range, not just on that one section, throughout the entire range of poles. So if you did go for a deer one and you wanted a Definition as a backup pole or an R1 as a backup pole, you can actually do that because everything totally interfits on them. But as we get further along, I'll tell you a little bit more about them because it is quite complex. But what we have got is an easy to follow guide, which you'll see across all our social media platforms, which what I'm telling you today, you'll be able to see quite easily in readable format. So there's a Definition. Nice space package comes with all these poles, which is all available on the Maver UK website or by your local Maver dealer. You'll be able to see all them. Right, you want to go up that little bit further. Now, any of you guys what had the Oculus 799 poles or the 799 XS, our current upgrade to that one is the R1. So there you have it, the MVR R1. This is M7 carbon, so it's a strong carbon what's used on this pole. So, you going around catching commercials, catching big carp, things like that, slapping, don't want to spend obscene amounts of money, the R1's the pole to go for. Again, your Oculus 799s, 799 XS, this was the upgrade to that previous model. So if you've got one of them poles and you wanted to upgrade it, make it a little bit better, there's your R1. We then progress further along the line to the R2, the MVR2. Now, again, the natural progression on that, M7 carbon, proper pole for serious amounts of bagging, what you want to do on these commercial fishes. The fish are getting humongous, they're bigger than me now, some of these fish on some of these commercials what we go on, and you want a proper strong powerhouse pole, the R2. 16 metre versions from the R1 right up to the R4, they all come at 16 metres. And the R2, which I've showed you, is the upgrade from the Oculus 999. So the 999, the 999 XS, the upgrade to them poles was the R2. And brilliant space package again on that pole, 16 metre version, real powerhouse of a pole. And whether you're catching margin fish, slapping, fishing shallow, that pole will do it. And any of you guys wanting to fish for silverfish, want a nice responsive pole at 13 metres, what's not going to break the bank, certainly worth looking at, is the R2, which moves us further up our range. And now we're moving up the range, we're getting into the higher grades of carbon, and the higher grades of carbon, with that come increased rigidity, there's also increased strength, and the space package substantially goes up. So we move on, which in my opinion, this is my favourite pole in, I'm not going to say in the entire range because we go up here, but in the R range of poles, this is my favourite, and it's my current model which I use for all my commercial fishing now, and it is the R3. And I must say, I've had one of these poles since they first came out onto the market, and I cannot fault it in any way, shape or form. I've had carp to £26 on it, and it literally, it will do everything I want it to do. And as far as, you know, anglers using that pole, quite a lot of our sponsored anglers, I know Sam Brown, he has an R3 which he uses. Matt Powell also uses an R3 for a lot of his commercial work, and it is something else. Upgraded again, we're now on the M8 carbon on this pole, which, yeah, we're now getting well up towards the top end of carbon quality on this, and super responsive. You know, at 13 meters, it's an absolute dream. As regards power, it can't be faulted. I use 1820 dual core elastic. You've seen me on my lives, I use the 1820 dual core down the edges, catching some of these carp, which are absolutely massive, and that pole has not let me down. And I think sheer value for money with the kit package which you get with that pole, just awesome. And as regards upgrades, loads and loads of anglers out there used signature 821 poles, signature 800s. This is the upgrade of that pole, and you know, I did use a signature 800 for years, and I thought that was a fabulous pole, but I must say this one absolutely blows it out of the water for strength, for rigidity. But all my sections from my signature 800 fit straight onto that pole. My top kits, my number 4s, my short number 4s, my long F1 kits, which I don't do a lot of F1 fishing, but you know, all you guys what do F1 fishing, your F1 kits will fit straight on to that R3 pole. And like I said, I think sheer value for money in our entire pole range, I think the R3 is my opinion, is the one. Yeah, not a cheap pole, but certainly not top end, and it will suit your every need. Right, which moves us further up the range, and we're now coming to the R4. Now, I must say, what a piece of kit this is. You know, it is a substantial upgrade to the R3. We're still on M8 carbon, but a pretty substantial upgrade when it comes to A, rigidity, B, technology, and kit package which comes with this pole. Super stiff, super responsive, and any silverfish anglers out there what are looking at a really nice kit package to do silverfish work, to do commercial work, to do river work and things like that, the R4 is in a complete league of its own. It really is. And you know, when you check out the spares package, you'll see it comes with a massive spares package. You get short fours, long fours, F1 kits, just a massive package which comes with, I'm going to say, the top of the range pole in the R range series which we've got. Now the R4 as a pole was a substantial upgrade to our 921 pole which we did, also the signature 900s, the signature 1000s. That is in that league of poles as to and again, every single one of them poles I've just mentioned, sections from those poles will completely interfit with the R4. And also, any of you guys what had an Oculus pole or things like that and really wanted to upgrade and take it to that very next level, you know, the R4, all your sections, your top kits, your number 4s, completely interfit. So you've treated yourself, you've had a Oculus 79999, want to treat yourself something that little bit better. Yeah, every section will completely interfit. And regarding spares, we are the manufacturers of these poles. You know, we don't ship them from 3/4 of the way around the world. They're not Far Eastern production. These are made by our owners in Italy, so we can guarantee spares for a minimum of 10 years. So there's the R series of poles and the Definition XR. I'm now going to tell you all about the two top of the range poles which we've got. Right, so there we have all the R Ranger poles, and I'm going to take you to our very, very top of the range pole, or three poles actually, in the next range of poles. And whereas I started here with the definition and work my way up, I'm going to take you right to the very, very top of the range pole, which is the RXX. Now, what can I say about the RXX? Any of you guys out there what have never picked one of these up, I suggest going down and picking one up, because they are completely and utterly mind-blowing in every way, shape or form. They're light, they're stiff, they're strong, they're responsive, the kit package and everything. It is by far the best pole in all my years of working at Maver that I have ever picked up. We're right up in the top of the range carbon now. We're up to M9 carbon, and I just can't speak highly enough of the XX pole. The kit package which comes with them, actually two kit packages come with the RXX pole. You've got a match package, so you guys that, you know, fish your canals, fish your lakes and things like that and want the lighter elastics, you can get that in a 16 metre match package. Or for you guys that go out on the commercials, there's also a 16 metre commercial package available, which comes with power carp kits, power light kits. You've got your short fours, your long fours, your short number ones, your F1 kits, literally a full comprehensive top of the range full package which comes with them. And seeing is believing. Actually picking it up, you are picking the very utmost in technology in your hands. It is absolutely stunning. It comes with quite an hefty price tag, but you only get what you pay for. You're paying for quality, and trust me, the quality which you get with that XX pole is something else. But the XX is on a completely different mandrel to any other pole what we've had either in the R Ranger poles, the Oculus definitions. It is on an 18 mil mandrel, whereas these are on a 22 mil your top kits. So this is on an 18 mil mandrel, so it is a completely different kit. No kits will interfere with that pole at all. It's a totally unique mandrel made for the X range of poles, which there is 3 in it, and I've gone right to the very top because it is the top of the range. It is, you know, it is the Lamborghini Ferrari of the pole world. It's like top end. Really is good. So, you know, any of you guys what really looking for a top end pole, what's going to give you the ultimate in performance, you must have a look at this. But not everybody can afford that top of the range price. So what we have done, we've brought out the MVR XS, which again, it's on the M8 carbon, so slightly downgraded in carbon from the M9, but it's the same carbon as what's used on your R3s and R4s, which are again very top end in this range. So you have the RXS which comes. Now that pole is completely compatible with the RXX. So, you know, some of you anglers out there that love to carry a spare pole, want a pole in case they have an accident or slip on a pole or it goes in the lip and they want a spare pole, you can get the RXS, which is fully, like I say, interchangeable with the XX. But although it's substantially cheaper, performance wise, because it's on the M8 carbon, it is super strong and it's also super stiff. So you need something that little bit stronger, what's going to like proper be a bit of a powerhouse pole to go with that. You've got your XS. Spares package wise, it is completely the same kit package as what's with the RXX. So massive spares package and completely interchangeable with the XX. And one other pole which is in that range which we have brought out is the RXX margin. Now, all you guys out there, some of you like to use a margin pole, some of you still want to use your normal poles when you're out margin fishing, but if we're ever faced with that situation where we've got to fish to snags or to lily beds or reeds and you want something what's literally going to stop a transit van in its tracks, you've got the RXX margin. Back down to M7 carbon pole on that. Really unbelievable how strong this pole is. I've literally tried everything to physically break that pole when attached to some proper beasts, and you know, you want something what's going to stop some of these big angry carp getting into reed beds. That's your RXX. And having this, your power kits from the RXX margin completely interfit with the RXS and the RXX, and also your next section down. It's a number 3 on this, but it's like the number 4s which are on these poles. So all your kits from this and your number 4s will be completely interchangeable with your RXX margin poles. So there we have it, guys. You've got the R range of poles, you've got the X range of poles. They're our current models. These are standalone poles from these completely, but sections do interfit from them. And now the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is technology. What actually comes with these poles? What's the technology used by Rayglass? What gives you that little bit of something special for your hard-earned cash? Right then, technology. What actually comes with these poles? What makes Maver poles different to everybody else's out there? And you know, Rayglass who actually make these poles in Europe, in Italy. You know, they're very technologically advanced in what they do, and they take real pride in the concepts and the different things what they actually put on the poles. And I feel sure as anglers, a lot of you guys out there don't actually know some of the hidden sort of concepts or hidden things or technology what actually goes into these into some of these poles. So I'm going to take just a little bit of time just to talk you through them, just what makes, you know, a European pole far better than any other poles what are out there. But first of all, I'll start on top kits. You know, various top kits which complement the full range of poles, be it from the XX right up through the R series of poles. You basically got the Powerlight kits, which are great kits, rated up to a 16s elastic. You'll notice they all come with the roller slot already fitted. They all come completely bushed up. So when you buy that pole from the shop, the roller slots are fitted, it's already bushed up. The Powerlight kits which fit up to a 16. There's some commercial kits which take up to a 20. Any of you want real power carp kits, we do a power carp kit, which again is rated to a 20s rating, but it's a thicker board diameter here on the tip, so you wanted that ultimate rigidity and what's still got plenty of pulling power on it, you can go for the power kits. And I've said it before through these, there's long one-piece kits, F1 kits, everyone comes with the roller bush fitted, everyone comes with a PTFE bush fitted, so you know, you buy it, it's ready to use. So them's the kits. So let's look at what actually comes with these poles, and it actually tells you on all these. Fusion joint. You know, I've heard people, what the hell's a fusion joint? Right, a fusion joint is very much in the top kit of the pole here, and if you look down the top kits, you'll see this. It's where two pieces of carbon are being fused together. It's a fused joint, so you've got carbon running that way and that way. And what that actually does, it increases the rigidity of the top kit right at the very end. So all you guys, what are out there and you're slapping, it creates that extra rigidity in the top kit of your pole. They're the fusion joints. You've got nanolithic carbon or nanolith carbon and resins all through the poles. That's on every single one of our poles, right from the definition right up to the XS. You get this technology on every single one. You've got the matte 4 carbons, which is 4 different grades of carbon used to give you the ultimate performance in poles. You have the black core finish, and loads of people said to me, what a lovely finish your poles are. That is the black core. And what that actually does, it gives, when you get the really hot days, when you get the really cold days, it's a process that's put into the pole which gives the pole the perfect temp, or it tries to keep it at a constant temperature to give you the ultimate in its performance, rigidity wise, strength wise, and things like, yeah, basically like that. That's what the Blackco does. You've got the anti-friction system, the anti-friction surface. This is a unique process which Reglas do with the poles. It's not painted on, it's not sprayed on, it's not ground down, it's not a diamond ground finish. That anti-friction system is actually baked into the poles. So, you know, when the pole section's made, it's actually baked on and into it. And you know, these are unique things which Reglas do, which no other companies do out there. You've got the clean caps. You know, you've all seen clean caps, little foam things, little foam caps which fit into your number 4s, number 5s, number 6s. You know, fantastic look, keeps the sections clean when you're putting them together. And if you ever have an accident where the sections pull apart or things like that, it actually floats the section. So clean caps are great. Last but not least, you have the Teflon joints. Now, right up through your number 4s, number 5s, number 6s, they're actually Teflon joints. So it eliminates any wear on your section complete. You must keep them clean, obviously. If you get grit or any form of debris on it, if you don't take it off, you're gonna get a bit of wear on it. But the Teflon joints on these poles, it keeps your section from wearing. And also with Teflon joints, and here's a little tip for all you Maver Pole users out there thinking of getting a Maver Pole. Teflon joints, when you actually put the Teflon joints together and give them a slight twist like that, they actually lock. They lock together. So I'm sure you've all been out on venues and you've seen people fishing and slapping a poling and suddenly, boom, 4 or 5 sections going. Won't happen on these. By putting together half a lot like that, your sections completely lock together. So gone are the days when you're thinking, when you're slapping or turning a rig over, that the sections are going to pull apart. Don't happen on these. Together, half a twist, and it will lock in completely for the day. Yes, by all means check them, but it will lock in for the day and you're not going to lose your sections. So there's some of the technology which goes into these poles, totally unique to the Maver brand. The full range, be it from this right up to the top, it applies to all of them, and they come with a 2-year manufacturer's warranty, which I know no other company on the market does that. That's the confidence we have in these poles. So that just leaves me one thing to say: get yourselves down to your local Maver dealer, check out our range of poles. Also check on all the social media platforms. There is going to be a pole guide if you're thinking about changing or upgrading your pole from a previous older model to one of these new models. You can check out that pole guide to see which sections completely interfits with your Maver poles. So there you go, guys. Get yourself down, you make Maver, local Maver dealer even, and check out the range of poles. You'll be very surprised at what you see, and hopefully we'll see you on the bagging with them very soon.